all bullshit. Just do. You're living. How do you want to live? How do you want to die? How do you want to be remembered? That's it. That's it. Period. You want to be in control of your mind. You want to be in control of your mind. Emotional people, they're a wreck. They control, that emotion controls everything you do.
Yeah.
And what emotional people do is, like for instance, I always say this, they can have a beautiful life. Husband or wife, kids, everything they want. But it's the one thing that they don't have that makes them emotional. So that emotion makes them focus on what they don't have. Emotion makes them focus on everything negative, everything. Pity party, woe is me, this didn't happen. So your mind loves that. It loves talking to other people. Oh, this is all f***ed up, man. You know, think about it. People love to complain about everything. So when you're sitting there, you may spend weeks, months, years about the same thing. So what have you done? Nothing. There's no solution in that.
Yeah.
But most of us live there. Oh, this other guy got the pay raise. The other guy got this. The other guy got that. And we live in this emotional state of, woe is me. Nothing gets accomplished. Everybody's afraid of failure. It's embarrassing as So how do you think I became successful when I failed every day of my life until I succeeded, which took a long time? The first thing I did was, all of you in this room want to be successful as hell. But the journey to success comes with a lot of what? Failure. So why the don't you teach yourself, like I taught myself, is how to fail properly. It's not saying be a failure. When I was 300 pounds, people think, oh, you really thought you could be a Navy SEAL? No. I think I was gonna lose the weight. But what it was how I was able to get over all the failure and all the embarrassment of failing was I told myself, you are gonna have to learn how to get up extremely fast because you are gonna have a million setbacks on this journey. And that's how I literally taught myself how to fail first. Because I knew that if I was afraid of failure, I would have never been able to be a Navy SEAL. I would have never been able to get to where I'm at today. So I went through and I literally at 300 pounds, or 297 to be exact, I sat back and I visualized how this journey is gonna look. In the first several months was nothing but failure. So how am I gonna get up the next morning when I failed the day before? How am I gonna eat this meal when I failed and I got fries and a milkshake again when I was supposed to get grilled chicken and rice? So I went through and I taught myself how to fail. And when you do that, you're able to get up extremely fast and you no longer care about the end result, because you know, if I wanna be way up here, it's gonna take a bunch of small micro failures along the way. But you have to understand that that is part of the process. I made a decision, and my decision was to be the best person I could. And I basically, a lot of mornings I wake up and say, feelings. And that doesn't mean like, you know, don't take it literally, your feelings, but sometimes you have to go beyond what you're feeling. And my knees were guess what? I wanted to run. And I knew that, okay, you can get knee replacements, this and that. Like I said, it wasn't because of I ran too much. People always want to say, oh man, you ran so much so you f*** your body. You know, you don't want to be like David Goggins. I hear it all the time. You don't want to be like David Goggins. I was in a spot that life forced me. I had a choice. I had a choice to be this guy or the guy that's in front of you. I had choices. I chose this path.
And you're still choosing it.
And I'm still choosing it.
You could go back to that guy at any moment.
Because I found out something with those stress fractures. I found out something through facing all these things. I found out a whole nother world, which is why I walk around with all my stuff in a black backpack.
Wow.
I found out a whole nother way of no matter how far you get in life, you have to be able to go back to scratch in your mind at a moment's notice. You can never get so far beyond scratch. What that means is when you accomplish something in life, if you want to go back to scratch and go back to that $7 a month place where I once lived and visit that place for a long period of time. If you were here, when you went back to scratch, you would now be here. Scratch is what makes you better. Scratch, friction, obstacles create growth. There's no friction when you're this far up in the game anymore. You think there is.
When you've achieved,
that's right. When you achieve so much, the friction is minor. Because why? I'm sore. I'm gonna get a massage today. I'm hungry. I'm gonna eat today. The refrigerator is always full. So your comforts are now, so your discomfort is now very minuscule to your discomfort back here in the $7 a month place. So you have to go back to the total discomfort to then raise your level of where you're at now. I'm not saying stay there and stay there. Visit it. And then you raise your level.
Take a day trip.
That's right.
Yeah.
Always take day trips.
Yeah.
A lot of people that we see all day long, we see them. We don't have that hard conversation with them. We walk around. I'd rather you hate me and get better than like me and stay the same. And that's how I feel about David Goggins. Let me hate, I hate you, David, man. I hate you, David. But I get better from it. And that's why when people see me and I know you're in my little foxhole. If you're in my foxhole and you become a piece of shit, hey, come here, brother. Let me talk to you real quick, brother. People don't like that shit, man, but I'm not going to allow you to go to a place that's going to be hard to get out of. It's going to be hard. If I allow you to gain 5 more pounds, or allow you to take 4 more days off of school, or allow you to keep on procrastinating in your life, and I see it, and I tell Jennifer behind your back, I'm doing you no justice. Right. Zero justice. So where this world is now, you can't say a mother thing. I do. I still do, and I always will. Don't like me. I'm good with that. I'm the most peaceful person on the planet Earth, even with like the conversation. I gotta go to the gym, I have to do this, I have to do that. Every day I'm winning. Every day I'm winning the other voice in my head. So I'm at peace with myself. The things I do for fun are like me bettering myself. Yeah. I love sports, I love watching sports, but I also love accomplishing and overcoming myself every day. Because every day is a battle. Every day is a battle because your mind wants to choose the path of least resistance. Every day. But you don't become better by ever doing that. You become normal. And I don't want to be normal. So it may not be a life for everybody, but I find a lot of peace in not being normal in my life. My biggest advice to give everybody in the world is, like I say, we live in an external world. Everything is you got to see it, touch it. It's external. If you can, for the rest of your life, live inside of yourself. Stop listening to people who are calling you fat, nigger. Everything that is makes no sense. All these insecure people putting their insecurities on you, you got to flush it out. You got to just be whoever the hell God or whatever the hell you believe in. If you believe in nothing but yourself, I don't care what it is. You got to take everything and throw it away. You have to believe in one thing, and that is yourself. I believe in quiet. There's no growth outside of quiet. The world's too noisy. Your mind needs quiet for you to find who you are. People ask, what's my purpose? Why am I here? You're not going to find it nowadays unless you lock yourself in a quiet room in your mind and find it. It's too noisy. For me, I could be in a busy street in New York City, horns honking, and I'm walking around with like nothing. It's me and myself in a quiet spot. And when you are constantly reflecting on who you are, where you've been, the journey you've gone through, the journey you can continue going through, the feeling's always there. You don't allow the world to pull you so fast that you forget. You don't allow yourself to pull you so fast that you forget. It's not about staying in that moment. It's about you want to get to the point where that feeling follows you like breathing. It becomes a part of your life, part of your DNA. But it's made, like these calluses on my hands right now, they're made. Yeah. They are now on my brain. This is now a part of me. So one big thing is you have to learn how to fail. Because I'm going to explain this to you. I had big dreams. A lot of us have big dreams, big goals. And when you have goals that are maybe outside your reach, you have to know that getting to that goal, you're going to have a lot of bad days, a lot of setbacks. Like when I was losing 106 pounds in 3 months, the first 2 months or first 2 weeks, it's like I was gaining weight. You know, I would lose a pound, gain 2. So I was just failing. I kept failing and kept failing and kept failing. So I had to teach myself how to fail right. And what that means is when I fail, I can't spend much time in that fail zone. I have to be able to get up and get after the next day just as fast, because my goals were to be a Navy SEAL. I don't have time to stay here and feel bad for myself for weeks and months and years, because I'll lose that time. So the big thing is know that if you have big goals and big dreams, along the way, failure is going to happen. So how fast do you get up from that? And you got to teach yourself that. But the biggest key to success in anything you do is you got to have an unlimited supply of fucking fuck you. This drive and passion. And it may come from nothing. Like for me, there was no passion, no drive, no nothing. But I had this fire that I'm going to be somebody. And it has to be there, because on all those bad days and all those days you don't want to do shit, you have to be your own motivator, your own coach, your own trainer, your own everything. So to do that, you have to come into work, and work is whatever your work may be, ready to go. And what that means is you may have failed miserably yesterday, but you come to work like, people like, man, you just lost everything. How the hell are you just fucking damn motivated? Because this is what it takes. This is what the fuck it takes. And you got to get it from wherever you can. Whether you make up this illusion of your life or this false reality that gets you motivated, whatever gets you motivated, it's got to be here at the tip of your brain at all times. Because in those dark moments, you got to pull it out. So that's the big thing for me, man. I was always fired up at all times. He was talking about there's people in these different, programs that do it for 30 days. And there's a lot of programs that are 30 days. Mm-hmm. And 30-day programs are good, but it's kind of a hack. Because while they say it takes 3 weeks to develop a habit or it's always this hacky shit. I'm going to tell you right now, 30 days ain't going to do shit for you. The permanent, you want to make it permanent. Permanent, you start talking about a year, 18 months, 2 years, that's a sacrifice. And when you commit yourself to something for a year, you're not going to say, oh, I'm going to let that go. Because in your mind, you have it clear as day. That year took a lot out of me. That year built me. That year started to scrape away all that scar tissue, started to clean me up. 30 days doesn't clean shit up. 30 days just kind of covers up, put a blanket over it. It's like putting a rug over it. A year, it cleans you up nicely, man. Whatever your problem is, if you can dedicate yourself for a year to something, you can be a changed person. So I used to coach a lot of people. I don't coach anybody now.
Got it, but you used to coach.
I used to coach them.
Okay.
So what it was, my first question was, okay, what are you willing to give up? What are you willing to sacrifice? What are you willing to forgo? Because a lot of people, like this guy came in one time, I was a trainer. And he goes, man, I can stop doing anything but my frappuccinos. I go, fucking leave. Because I'm looking for that person like me. But it's hard for people to understand how I lost 106 pounds in less than 3 months. I sat down at the table and I said to myself, what are you willing to give up? Everything. And when people come to me with that kind of mindset, I can work with you. When you are willing to strip yourself down to nothing and give everything, that's who I want to work with. Because now I can mold you into exactly who you want to be. When you put these restrictions up, and that's why my first question is, how bad do you want this? If it's as bad as you want to live or breathe or sleep, whatever the hell it may be, I can work with you. But a lot of people, most people don't want it that badly, which is why they always ask the question, man, how did you get to where you are? You know how to do it. You know exactly how to be you or how to be me. You don't want to do it. So I can't make you do it, nor do I have the time or energy to force you into that place that I know you have to be to do it. There's no luck in this game, man. It may be a little bit of luck, but the luck happens after you bust your ass and you put yourself in that lucky situation. Luck doesn't happen. You put yourself in that situation where luck might fucking happen. And that's what people don't know. But to get there, luck ain't gonna happen. You have to put yourself in that situation, man. It takes a lot of work. I've never been healthy. Like, people think that the races I did in the military broke me. I was broken way before then. Numerous health problems before I even got in the military.
Really?
Numerous. I'm talking about, like, you're talking about like sickle cell.
Yeah, I remember that.
Twisted body from all the stress I was under as a kid.
Yeah.
Just a lot of different problems. Thyroid issue, adrenal issues, all kind of shit. And so then they got magnified as I got older. So I would go to the start line of a race, like Badwater, the 135-mile race to Death Valley. No one knows this, but if you go back, and there's videos of me out there, Google David Goggins' first video or first Badwater race, you will see black compression tape on my ankles. I had broken feet at the start line of a 135-mile race. And if you go back, you will see as I'm finishing the race, you will see this black compression tape floating behind me. I went to the start line of that race. I trained for that race with broken fucking feet. And I don't talk about a lot because what happens is normal people with normal minds can't understand that. So then you become a liar or this and that. But now I got to the point in my life where I'm like, go fuck yourself, dude. If you don't believe it, go ahead. But I don't talk about a lot because I know what I've done, and I know what the mind can do and where it can take you. I've experienced it over and over, and my mom has seen it over and over and over again to the point where it's almost like I can't even believe sometimes, but I'm willing to go there.
Hey, what were you doing for the last 65 hours? I know what I was doing. I was running all up and down the mountains, getting it in, doing what I preach about.
No one really gives a You have to continue to live your life, or you can choose to be doomed and become a statistic. Everybody has a savage mentality. It's a primal instinct, whether you believe it or not. We all have it. I'm trying to hurt every mother feelings in the world. Anybody who thought I wasn't going to be somebody, it's never enough. Like a dog. I got a little bulldog at home, and I can't feed that mother enough food. That's me. I leave no scraps on the table for anyone to pick up. And that's the mentality that you must have if you want to be great. People wonder, how do you stay hungry all the time? Because after I accomplish something, I don't sit back like a lot of guys who graduate buds, graduate this, graduate that. They get comfortable. They wonder why I'm getting weak, man. I don't know, I lost my edge. What's going on? Because once you hit the top of the mountain, guess what happened? I'm good. I'm good, so you wonder why you're falling down now. Because once you reach the top of the mountain, you got to build another one. That's mediocrity. There's a lot of people in mediocrity who have a nice resume, but they're one-timers, man. They hit a one-time deal, they busted it open, got a lot of money, but they're good. You're mediocre now, man. What are you doing today, tomorrow, the next day? That's why I'm listening to theorists. I don't listen to all that bullshit. I listen to a mother who's like this, man. What's wrong, man? I'm tired, dude. Why are you tired? Because tomorrow, I gotta do the shit again, man. Whatever the shit is that made me nauseous and sick to my stomach, it made me hurt, I still must grind. There's no ending. And that's the person I listen to. That's the person who's gained knowledge. You gain knowledge through suffering. And on the other end of suffering is a world that very few have ever seen. It's a beautiful world because that's where you find yourself. You don't find yourself in over here. You find yourself on the other end. Like the 100-mile race I was on, where I ran it for 24 hours. I found myself on the other end of that race. That 19 hours, I found, wow, there's a whole nother world out here that I've never even saw, but the world's in your mind. And that's what all that mediocrity is about. Mediocrity is contagious. It's never enough. There's zero finish line. There is a time limit on everything, my friend. Everything has a expiration date. There is no tomorrow. Some of us get granted a tomorrow, but there really is not one. Every day I wake up and I don't want to do some shit. I'm like, okay, man, do you want to be a bitch today? Do you want to feel like a little bitch? Do you want to walk around all day knowing that you could, but you didn't? So it's perform without purpose. You have to learn how to get up and do shit when you ain't got no 5K, no 10K, nothing. Nothing exists. Your life sucks. You're in the dungeon. But guess what, motherfucker? We're still going to get it. Because when that time comes, because the time is going to come, when that purpose is there, you'll be ready. So you have to be a hard worker, period, dot. You got to work your ass off. So I went into my mental lab and realized, but I want to be great, but I don't have greatness in me. So I had to create a mother that was great. And in my mind, I'm really big on visualization. And people might think it's all kind of bullshit. Believe what you want. I don't give a shit. This is a true shit right here, man. I went in my mind, it's okay. I want to look like this. I want to feel like this. And I want to have a mind that is cast iron steel. That is never dull. That is always, that was the biggest thing I wanted. I wanted to hit obstacles that most people up, including myself, but I didn't waver. I didn't fear. I didn't run away. I just stayed and marinated in the fear, in the suffering. And through that, building Goggins, I will become Goggins when necessary. And I started to do these things on my own. I had my own training ground. I built a training ground. I wasn't Navy SEALs. If you go to Navy SEAL training not prepared, you're going to quit. So I built this training ground on my own. And I started doing these horrific things that David Goggins couldn't handle. But Goggins started slowly coming up. I started putting that visualization of the guy I wanted to create. And in that water, when things got hard, and I was training on my own, Goggins would appear. Goggins would appear. When David Goggins would come up, Goggins would smack him down. Turn your feelings off when it comes down to you wanting to be better. What that means is when that alarm clock goes off, your feelings got to go away. It's raining outside, it's cold outside, but you don't want to put those long hours in at work. That's what I'm talking about. Your feelings must go away. This is your new life. This is who you are. Your new norm is you wake up and you suffer. When you know everybody's gone home to their families, but you want to be the top salesperson in the world, or you want to be the best lawyer in the world, whatever it is, when everybody leaves to go home and there's only one light on in a building, a 15-story building, and only one office. Every office is dark. There's one office with one light on, and as those motherfuckers go from the club, they look up every day, 2 o'clock in the morning, they see that, and that light's always on. That's the mother right there you gotta be. I'm talking about the grind. The grind. Your feelings have to go away.
I choose to keep going forward, but you get to a spot in that race where you don't know what to do. And that's when you find out what you're made of.
And I made a decision to go all the way in. And a lot of us have this mindset of balanced. But if you want to be part of that 1%, I'm sorry to say, you got to throw that balanced shit in the wind. The only way you can do it is if you go all the way in. It's okay to be unbalanced for a while. It's okay. Don't be all this stuff people say. You got to be balanced. To be the best in the world at what you do. It's not about being a Navy SEAL, people. The best at what you do, you have to be unbalanced to find every bit of energy and strength that you have to pull it off. Then you get balanced once you become great. And talk to your family and say, I'll be home, but not today. So the thing about it is the unbalanced mind allows you to do everything at a level that most can't even fathom. They look at you, they see you grinding and grinding and grinding and grinding. And while they are at this mediocre level, you slowly rise and rise and rise. I call it front loading. If a lot of you right now want to be the best, you front load your life. So then that family that you were unbalanced with, you bring them on board when you're 40, 50, and 60 and say, okay, now I'm home forever because I'm making a shit ton of money. Or whatever the hell you're trying to do. The barbaric life that I live, that you have to live, the almost obsession that you must have to be great, you can't put that shit in a book, bro. You can't put it in a book. You can't write about it. It has to be experienced. And you can't even, after you experience it, to write it in a book, it would seem like he needs to be locked up. It's too gory. It doesn't make sense for a guy that every second of the day, he is
trying to extract more from something. He's constantly thinking, he's constantly disciplined, never going off the path. Whatever is injured on him, he figures a way. It's a conqueror's mindset. And very few people, if any, can really understand what that is. Like, I'm almost 50, and I've been this way for almost 30 years. They say, no, we're gonna drag you through this. And that's kind of how it happened over a period of time. This man evolved. Goggins became the guy that can withstand all kind of torture and pain and keep coming after you.
Where everybody's getting weaker, I'm getting stronger. It's not about the running, the swimming, the push-ups, the sit-ups. It's about what those things do for your mentality. You don't get better on the daggone couch. You get better by coming out here and getting after it every daggone day.
My journey has pushed me so far, so lonely in my head, and a lot of lonely, it's called the unseen work. No one knows what the David Goggins really does. You see a 1-minute snippet, you read a little book. The shit I do on a daily basis gives me that very confidence. I know I've built belief that I may have failed, but building that belief knows, I know I just didn't figure it out yet. Not that I can't do it, I just didn't figure it out yet. And that's what all that is. And I've also built up an insanely high pain tolerance by having that dog. I'm not trust me, man, I was born some sickly little abused kid, afraid of everything. But I built up that dog. And once you build that dog in you, man, the pain and the suffering and the lonely nights and the unbalance, if you put the right people in that foxhole with you, you are dangerous, mother. The lessons aren't learned at the top of the mountain, my friend. The lessons are learned in the middle, at the beginning, never at the very top. It's so easy to be great nowadays, my friend, because most people are weak. Most people don't want to go to that extra mile. Most people don't want to find that extra because it sucks. It's miserable. It's lonely. It's not just the 3 reps. It's what happens to those 3 reps that make you better. Never to the bare minimum. We're only 1% away from true greatness. I was only 1% from making that money, from being where I want to be, from having everything in life that I've ever dreamed of. But it's that 1% that we sleep on. It's that 1% that we wake up in that morning, we're like, you know what? Not today, maybe tomorrow. Well, guess what? That's why it's so easy to be great nowadays, because most mother are weak. And if all you do is when you are trying to hit that mother snooze button on life, not in the morning, on life, just know this, all it takes is thinking about all those weak mother who are taking a day off. There's no cheerleaders. There's no crowds cheering you on. That's what makes you powerful, is when the only cheerleader is you. By yourself. That's what forces you. It's not like, come on, man, you can do this. And you got 20 people, or the Boston Marathon with 26.2 miles of people cheering you on, and you're bonking at mile 18. No, man. You alone on a 1-mile track, and that 1-mile track could be anything. And there's no one there but you. And then you have to do a live autopsy and dissect. And those demons come out, man. We all got them. Whether you got childhood, whether you're a bully, whether you think that you're stupid, whether your mom went there, your dad went there, whether you're 11, whatever you're going through in your life. That judgment's there. Everything becomes so real and clear. You're talking to yourself so negatively, and your voices saying, why the are you doing this? But if you get through it, on the other side of that thing, man, is a whole nother world that very few people know exists in your mind.
But it's there.
It's there.
It's there.
It's there.
Just trust that it's there, and put in that pain and work. And there's only one person that knows if you did it.
That's right. And it's you. Why am I here? You know, I had to find purpose. And my suffering, it had a purpose. It had a purpose. Just shut up and let me enjoy this pain. I don't want anything to numb it. I don't want anything right now. Because what I had done was I just, in my mind, and people will take this wrong and take it as wrong as you want to, I don't really care. I had just climbed a mental wall
that was amazing. And I didn't want anybody to take that pain away from me. I never want to feel it again. But what it did was it showed me what is possible. And that's what set the new stage for me. That's when I realized, oh man, I've really been underachieving my entire life. When you take that road and you just don't want to just fit in, it's a lonely road. It's a lonely road, and you get a lot of haters, man. And like I tell people all the time, man, if I could walk on water, motherfuckers would say it's because I couldn't swim. I'll tell you that right the now.
Yeah.
Anything that makes me feel that fear feeling is going to get overcome.
You go do it.
It's going to get conquered. That's almost like fear is my ultimate guide
And where you're supposed to be
of where
going,
I'm supposed to be going.
Yeah.
It's my ultimate guide. Those scars are real. Those scars are proof that, you know, your past is real. So they're never going to go away. I own them, but I'm proud of my childhood. I'm proud because without all of these lessons in life, and everybody says this bull, I mean it. I mean it, because I was able to look at my childhood and how I grew up as the ultimate training ground for my life. I didn't care about losing weight. I didn't care about being the fastest person. I wasn't making the Olympics. I wasn't going to pros. I could barely read and write when I was in a junior in high school. I wasn't going anywhere. I saw working out as a way for me to build calluses on my mind. I had to callous over the victim's mentality. So I watched these movies. I talked about Rocky last time I was on here. I always equated training to mental toughening. Like, it always looked brutal. People waking up early and doing all these things, and it looked horrible. I was like, wow, man, I gotta start doing that. Not to get better, bigger, and stronger, but that is what's gonna build me. That looks uncomfortable. That looks brutal. And getting up early, I don't wanna do that. So I made this long list of things that I don't wanna do. And through that, I found myself. I started I'm like, you guys aren't doing in high school. You guys aren't getting up at 5 o'clock in the morning, running over here in this golf course. So I started seeing myself very differently than the average human being. I was like, hang on a second. I have something they don't have. And that's when I started to develop these things through working out. It was this great, never-ending work ethic. And through work ethic, I developed self-esteem. I want to push myself to that limit and see what happens. People cap themselves. They look at somebody, and because their mind can't imagine it, they then start talking shit. He has to be doing this, or he has to be doing that. There has to be some trick. There has to be some potion. This is bullshit. No, it's because you cannot allow your mind to open up for the possibility of it can be done, which is why you being people are where they are today.
Yeah.
Because you shackled your mind to have limits. And everybody has a limit, but find it first.
You got a limit?
I haven't found it yet.
I don't think you have.
I haven't found it yet.
It's pretty crazy.
It's crazy. I haven't found it yet. I find it at times, but what happens is I then figure out how to get around it, through it, above it, climb over it. So those limits, I'm always, that's what I said, I taught myself how to fail. I'm always skirting on that like limit of like, okay, I'm there. Okay, I failed. But I was right there. What did I miss? What did I miss? Oh, that's what I fucking missed. And then it happens. They'll gain something from it because that's why you're watching me. Think about it, man. See, people like you're talking about that, during the speech, people get hurt by these people. I love them. You're telling me every day, because I used to be a weak motherfucker too. You're showing me every day who you are. You're 23 million people. You're watching me, but you don't want to admit you're watching me. This is great. I know exactly who you are. So while they want to come on, some of them want to come on and offend me, but you gotta see what's up with Goggins. You gotta see what's up with him. Must see TV. So you gotta watch it. So that's amazing. I don't even know who the fuck you are.
Never will.
Never will. Because you haven't done enough for me to take notice. But you know who the fuck I am. So that alone gives me a lot of power every day. But that's what people gotta understand. These haters, they know who you are, but you don't know them. There's a reason behind that. You've done something amazing. Mm-hmm. They've done nothing.
Right.
Period. Which is probably why they fucking hate your ass. If maybe you took your life more serious, lose some fucking weight versus trying to imitate David Goggins. First thing, but second thing is, where you going? what do you want to do with your life, bro? Like you saw David Goggins, and because now you want some followers, I'm going to imitate David Goggins. And I'm going to be a big old fat white dude.
That's right.
That runs and spills a bunch of shit. While it may be funny, where the fuck are you going?
Correct.
You look like late 20s, early 30s.
Yeah.
Where the fuck are you going, bro?
Not very long or
Like,
far.
life right now needs to really be kicking you in the back of the head saying, look, man, our time frame is done. Because what people don't get about life is up until you're about 30, you're fucked. You know what you're doing. You're kind of just scrambling around unless you have good direction. Then you might figure it out from 30 to 50 something, maybe 60. And then the back half of your life, you're fucked. So 2/3 of your fucking life, you suck. So the more you fuck up that middle part, from 30 to 50, 40 to 60, ish, you only got about a good 25 years of like, man, I'm killing it out here. People don't get that. So you're fucking around out here, running around your shirt off, and you're in that window now of like, you're starting to waste time, bro. You're starting to waste time. Do you think if I taught myself kindness, and I agree with it, guys, so many people take me out of context, it's ridiculous. Take it however you want to take it. When I was 300 pounds, where do you think that conversation would have got me if I spoke kindness to myself? I'll tell you where it gets me. Right back to 7-Eleven, another box of mini chocolate donuts and a chocolate milkshake. That's the one voice. That's the one voice that most of us have that you're talking about. If you don't have a conversation in there, the other voice that you create that says, okay, how does this look? It looks very ugly. That kind conversation for me went away a long time ago, which is why the dialogue is now, which you see a lot of action, because most people have inaction, because there's one person talking. And that one person is always leading you down the same path, the path that makes you feel very comfortable and happy with yourself. The second you create the other voice, there's conflict, there's battles, there's wars, there's defeat.
When I realized I had this voice, we all had this voice in our head, whether you believe in God or whatever the hell you believe in or don't believe in, whether you believe in yourself, there's always this voice in our head telling us different things. And the voice in my head, it kept on calling me like, you're just a man. You are a big man. You're scared of all this shit over here. You're scared of this big laundry list of stuff, man, because your dad beat you and this happened and this happened. All these things that happened in my life, I wasn't facing them. Even though I didn't cause a lot of them, they're mine to own now. Now, and the one thing that I really realized was for me to become a tough guy, and that's what I wanted to be. I saw myself as a very weak man. And for me to be hard and be tough, I had to start going over to that list, that scary list, and start facing that, because I knew over there, I was gonna find a whole new person. Because if I kept on doing the things that made me feel comfortable, I was gonna continue being that same person I always was, the lying, insecure, fearful person living this nice, comfortable life of mine. So I just designed a very uncomfortable world for David Goggins. And in that world, I found a whole new different, that's where I created Goggins. So there's David Goggins and there's Goggins. I created Goggins in that world over there of mine.
A human being is not so human anymore. We have the ability to go in such a space if you're willing to suffer, and I mean suffer. Your brain and your body, once connected together, can do anything. I believe in patience. And trust me, you will come up real fast. Without being driven or obsessed, this motivation fades. Everything is good, you're motivated. It's that person when all hell breaks loose and everything falls apart that says, I still gotta get it in. And that's what keeps me, those are the sparks. Like, I look at motivation as just a spark. It's like kindling. How a big fire starts, it starts with a little smoke. It starts with a little cigarette being thrown in the woods. Next thing you know, all California's burn up. That's what I've been doing my whole life, is I find these little sparks. And once that little thing takes off, that's a 1 hour of fuel. Then you got 10 hour fuel. Then you can move that thing to a 10,000 hour fuel. These big logs and big trees that burn for days. And that's where you want to bring that motivation.
That's where you want to bring that drive. So if you have no kingling, the kingling is me going out with these young guys saying, all right, you're 43, it's a 20-year-old, keep up with them. That kingling now, when I leave those young guys, it has now become that 10-hour fuel, and now that 10,000-hour fuel that I use throughout my whole life. I use that through my whole life, man. Hey, this summer at 43, you went out there and you did that, man. So, you're not giving up yet. You're not done yet. Not today. You're not done today. I'm constantly trying to put goals in front of me, but the biggest thing is I'm trying to find more of myself. And the only way I can find more is to silence the world out as much as I can, because it's getting busier every day. It's getting faster. And the faster it gets, the more you are missing who the you are. So I trap my own mind a lot and say, look, man, I put my phone away, I put shit away, and I go dark. Shut off technology. You have to go dark. We're not able to think. The most powerful weapon in the world, we walk around with it. It's our mind. It's our brain. You have to be able to go into a very dark place in your mind and figure who you are. Go back to what you want to do. What's your purpose? We can't figure our purpose out, or why we're here, or why we're even born, or whatever, because it's so loud in our mind. We don't have any quiet time with ourselves to sit back and say, what do I really want? There's so many different dialogues in our head that we can't think. So my biggest thing is you have to be alone in a very dark place in your mind to think about what is important to you. Make up your own mission statement. What do you want to be in life? And once you do that, now you can work with somebody to get better. You can work with yourself to get better. But until you know what you want to stand for, you will always just be sitting down. You'll never stand for anything. When you really sit back at your life and you are in that dark room and you're looking at where you started from, and you tell yourself, God, dog, man, my mom is this way. My soon-to-be stepdad got murdered. My dad beat the shit out of me. I can't read and write to save my soul. I've lied about it to everybody. I've cheated on all these tests. My God, man. And then you put a goal in your mind. How are you going to feel, man, when you accomplish this goal coming from that shit? Coming from the hell you came from. A lot of people start from a good starting point. They have a good foundation. What if you can surpass all of these if everybody who was way up here started up here, and you started with no legs. You had to grow legs to even start walking, and then crawling, and then running, and then you start passing people and all this given to them. I had to use all this negative shit that was making me weak.